Most of you are making the exact same mistake. You think a nuclear explosion means instant death, a bright flash, a split second, and you are vaporized. That is a lie. Only those at the very epicenter will vaporize. For the remaining millions of people within a 50-kilometer radius, the blast is not the end. It is just the beginning of the worst day of their lives. You won't have time to pack a bug-out bag, Google an instruction, or call your family. The network will die in the very first second. This one-hour chronicle will give you the step-by-step mechanics of surviving a post-nuclear city. No hype, no Hollywood special effects, just cold, hard actions that will save your life while everyone else is making fatal mistakes. You are sitting at work, in a cafe, or stuck in a traffic jam. Suddenly, the world outside the window is flooded with an unnatural, surgically white light. It is dozens of times brighter than the summer sun. The first action that will kill you is instinct. Your body will want to turn toward the window to see what happened. If you do that, you are blind. The thermal pulse will burn your retinas at a distance of 40 kilometers. Simultaneously, the electromagnetic pulse hits. Voltage in the grid spikes to critical levels. Power lines spark, transformers explode. Every modern car, smartphone, laptop, and cell tower fries from the inside out. The mobile network is gone. The internet is gone. Power is gone. Absolute dead silence. The flash fades. You have anywhere from 5 to 20 seconds. It all depends on how far you are from ground zero. Right now, a shock wave is ripping toward you at the speed of sound. It is a wall of highly compressed air that flattens everything in its path. If you are outside, you have no time to run. Fall to the asphalt, face down, head pointing away from the flash. Tuck your hands under your body, close your eyes, and open your mouth slightly, so your eardrums don't burst from the pressure drop. If you are indoors, immediately drop to the floor below the window line. Hide under a load-bearing wall, in the bathroom, or under a sturdy desk. A second later, your windows will blow inward. Thousands of razor-sharp glass shards traveling at bullet speed will shred everything in their path. Anyone left standing is a corpse. 5 minutes have passed. The roar subsides. You get up from the floor. You are alive, but chaos is everywhere. On the horizon, a massive, ominous pillar of smoke is rising. The mushroom cloud. The city is beginning to burn, igniting a thermal shockwave. The survivors now make their second fatal mistake. They jump into surviving older cars or flee on foot down central avenues, trying to get out of the city. But the roads are gridlocked with dead modern vehicles. Panic sets in, but the main danger is not the panic. The blast has sucked millions of tons of vaporized, highly radioactive earth into the sky. Right now, the wind is carrying that cloud directly toward you. In 10 minutes, this lethal ash will begin to fall onto the streets. If you stay in the open, you will breathe in the radiation, doctoring yourself to an agonizing death within days. Your clock is ticking. You have exactly 10 minutes to find a concrete hole and bury yourself underground. Minute 10. The streets fill with screaming. People, driven by animal fear, try to start their car engines. Those whose vehicles are old and lack complex electronics might succeed, but they won't get anywhere. Within 300 meters, they will hit massive gridlocks of modern cars turned into useless scrap metal by the EMP. Fights break out at intersections. People drag each other out of cabins, stealing bicycles, scooters, anything that moves. Remember, in the first hours after impact, any vehicle is a trap. You will get stuck. The only effective way to move right now is on your own 2 feet. But do not run to the outskirts of the city. You won't make it. You need to move down. Look at the sky. The mushroom cloud is a giant vacuum. Right now, it is sucking in everything destroyed at the epicenter. Vaporized concrete, metal, bricks, earth, and human bodies. Inside that column, all of it turns into fine dust, saturated with deadly radiation. High-altitude winds catch this cloud and carry it. The speed is terrifying. To you, it looks like an unnatural, dirty gray thunderstorm rolling over the city. As soon as this cloud is above you, the black rain, or radioactive fallout, begins. It's not heavy drops. It's a fine, sticky gray ash. It might feel warm to the touch. Every single grain of this dust is a source of hard radiation. It doesn't choose victims. It just lands on your skin and enters your lungs with every breath. You have 5 minutes left. Where do you hide? Option 1, your car. The protection factor of a car is 1. That means inside the car, the radiation level is exactly the same as outside. Glass and thin sheet metal do not stop gamma rays. A car is a rolling coffin. Option 2, the basement of an old wooden house or a light garage. At the first wave of fires, these structures will ignite like matches. The basement will turn into an oven, and you will simply suffocate from carbon monoxide. Option 3, the subway. This is your best bet. Deep underground, concrete walls, blast doors. If a subway station is within a 5-minute sprint, go there, but expect a stampede. If the subway is too far, look for any Capitol building made of concrete or brick. A high-rise apartment, a government building, an old factory bunker. You need the center of that building, ideally the basement. If there is no basement, stick to the middle floors, in windowless rooms surrounded by other walls. Your goal is to put as many layers of thick concrete between you and the street as possible. Every 10 centimeters of concrete cuts the radiation level in half. Find concrete. Act 3. Cut off from the world. The first night you made it, you are inside a shelter, a basement or a deep corridor of a high-rise. It has been 20 minutes since the blast. Outside it is getting dark, but not because it's evening. The sky is completely blocked by the nuclear fallout cloud. A gray blizzard begins. Right now, you must seal your space. Radiation is not a poisonous gas. It doesn't seep through cracks on its own, but dust carries it. If that dust gets inside, you lose. Use whatever you can find. Duct tape, plastic wrap, torn curtains, clothing. Roll them into logs, wet them with water, and jam them tightly into all the gaps under the doors. If the room has ventilation, seal it off completely. A limited oxygen supply is a problem, but radioactive dust from a ventilation shaft will kill you much faster than mild hypoxia. Night falls, an absolute unnatural darkness. Phone flashlights don't work. Your only light source is if you happen to have a mechanical watch with a backlight, chemical glow sticks, or basic candles. Outside, hell breaks loose. The city is burning. The firestorm sucks in air from the outskirts, creating gale-force winds that howl through shattered window frames. You will hear this roar for hours. But the worst part is the sounds at the door. People will start approaching your shelter. Those who didn't hide in time, who ran through the streets during the black rain, they will pound on the doors, beg to be let in, try to break the locks. This is where the brutal psychology begins. If you open that door, they will walk in. Their clothes, hair, and shoes are covered in tons of radioactive dust. Opening that door means turning your clean shelter into a hot zone. You will kill yourself and everyone already sitting in that basement with you. You will have to listen to their screams in the dark and stay silent. That is the price of survival. In this darkness, it will feel like the world has ended. Panic will tighten around your chest. People in the shelter will start crying, praying, or turning aggressive. The only thing that can give you back control is knowing one simple rule. The rule of 7s and 10s. The radiation born from a nuclear blast decays incredibly fast. The isotope radiation drops tenfold every 7 hours. Let's do the math. 7 hours after the blast, the outside radiation level drops by 10 times. After 49 hours, roughly 2 days, it drops nearly 100 times. And after 2 weeks, it drops 1,000-fold. Your primary and only task right now is to stay inside for the first 48 hours. No matter what is happening on the street, you must sit tight. Time is your main medicine. Every minute you sit motionless in that basement steals power from the radiation.
3 days have passed. The radiation levels outside have dropped, but inside your shelter, a new crisis is beginning. a crisis of resources, and its first herald is thirst. A human can live without food for weeks, but without water in a stressful, suffocating environment, you will begin to lose consciousness by day 3. The city water grid failed in the first second of the blast. The water left in open reservoirs, rivers, lakes, ponds, is now liquid poison. Dust has settled on the water surface, making it lethal. Remember, boiling does not clean water from radiation. Boiling kills bacteria, but it cannot destroy radioactive isotopes. In fact, by evaporating the water, you make the concentration of the poison even higher. Where do you look for water? If you are in an apartment, your targets are the toilet tank and the water heater. The water inside them is clean. It was isolated from the air. A standard apartment boiler holds 50 to 100 liters of sterile drinking water. Drain it through the bottom valve. If you are in the basement of an office building, look for the heating pipes. The water from them tastes terrible. It's rusty and industrial, but it is not radioactive. Strain it through a cloth and drink it. It will save your life. On the third day, a different kind of panic will sweep through the shelter. Someone will start complaining of severe nausea. Someone else will start vomiting, suffering from agonizing headaches, and running a fever. Everyone will immediately think, "It's radiation sickness. We're all contaminated." Hysteria will break out. But in 80% of cases, it won't be radiation. It will be psychosomatics and acute poisoning from carbon monoxide or smoke. Extreme stress triggers the exact same symptoms as the initial stage of radiation exposure. How do you spot real exposure? If a person was outside during the fallout for more than 5 minutes, if, besides nausea, they develop severe swelling of the nasopharynx and a metallic taste in their mouth that won't go away, that is radiation. There is almost nothing you can do to help them in a basement environment. There are no meds. All you should have in your first aid kit for this is basic sorbents like activated charcoal and clean water to flush out toxins. And remember potassium iodide. It is taken only in the first hours after the blast to protect your thyroid. Taking it on the third day is pointless and dangerous. You will just burn your internal organs. When basic needs go unmet, civilization peels off people like old paint. By the end of the third day in the shelter, leaders and predators will emerge. Someone will inevitably try to hide their personal stash of food or water. Someone else will demand everything be shared equally. The first conflicts will ignite. Weapons become the ultimate argument. If someone in that basement has a knife or a gun, that person automatically becomes the law. If you want to survive, do not stand out. Do not show that you have a tactical backpack packed with protein bars and clean water. Keep your resources to yourself. Don't rustle wrappers in the dark. Be invisible. In a post-nuclear world, it's not the strongest or the loudest who survives, but the quietest and most adaptable. 14 days have passed. 2 weeks. The radiation levels on the street have decreased 1,000-fold. It is still dangerous, but it won't kill you in a couple of hours anymore. Being outdoors is now possible, but under strict rules. You crank open the blast door, clear the debris away, and step outside. Prepare yourself for what you are about to see. Your city is gone. Instead of familiar streets, signs, stores, and parks, there is a monochrome gray world. Everything is covered in a thick layer of gray ash that crunches under your boots like dry snow. The trees stand bare, stripped of leaves, either burned or snapped by the shockwave. Buildings have become black concrete boxes with hollow, empty window sockets. There are no sounds, none at all. No engine noise, no barking dogs, no birds singing. An absolute terrifying, dead silence. The sun barely breaks through the dense gray haze in the sky. Millions of tons of soot suspended in the atmosphere. The climate change is beginning. The earth is cooling down. You will walk the streets looking for food or other survivors. And in that moment, you will realize that the law no longer works. No police, no army, no first responders. The state is destroyed or paralyzed inside its underground bunkers. You are entirely on your own. The only way to survive on the surface is the gray man tactic. If you put on nice camo, grab an expensive rifle, and walk with your head held high, you will be killed in the first half hour. A sniper from a ruined window will kill you just for your boots or your backpack. You must look like a beggar, dirty bland clothes, an old greasy sack instead of a tactical pack. You must not trigger interest. Do not look people in the eyes. If you see a group, avoid them by a mile. Right now, food and clean water are the new currency. For a can of meat, people will kill without a second thought. When moving through the city, keep the physics of fallout in mind. Radiation hasn't vanished, it has redistributed. The most dangerous places right now are the soil, grass, and puddles. Rain has washed some of the dust off asphalt and concrete, but that mud has collected in low points, storm drains, ditches, and open ground. Never walk on grass or dirt. Walk only down the center of asphalt roads that are swept by the wind and washed by rain. The background radiation is always lower there. Always protect your respiration. Yes, the hard radiation in the air is gone, but if you kick up dry radioactive ash with your boots and inhale it, those isotopes will stay in your lungs forever, destroying your body from the inside out. A basic FFP3 respirator, a tight mask, or at least a wet scarf tied over your face is something you cannot afford to skip for a single step on the street. A month has passed. Those who survived the initial minutes, who properly managed the siege phase in basements and found water, now face the long-term consequences. What scientists called nuclear winter begins. Temperatures plunge even in the summer. Smoke from burning cities and forests has blocked out the sunlight. A permanent twilight sets in. Temperatures drop 10 to 15 degrees below normal. There will be no central heating, no gas. Humanity is rapidly throwing back to the 19th century. Survivors begin to cluster into volatile communities around heat sources and resources. People move out of high-rise apartments down closer to the ground. Homemade wood stoves are installed in rooms with pipes routed directly out of broken windows. Anything that can burn goes into the fire: parquet, furniture, books, doors. The city turns into a massive snow-covered junkyard where humans fight for every scrap of dry wood. A nuclear war is a terrifying scenario, but this chronicle has proven one thing to you. It is not the end of the world. It is the end of the familiar world of comfort, gadgets, and hot water at the flip of a switch. Survival in these conditions is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of mathematics, discipline, and understanding the mechanics. The winner is not the one who had the most expensive bunker with a 10-year supply of luxury food. A bunker can be blocked from the outside or flooded. The survivor is the one who managed to tame their fear at the critical moment, the one who didn't run in panic with the herd onto a gridlocked highway, the one who remembered the 5-second rule, dropped to the floor in time, found the right concrete basement, sealed the cracks with tape, and waited out the critical 2 days, counting the hours by the decay of radiation. Your main shelter is not walls. Your main shelter is your knowledge and cold calculation. In the next episode, we will break down the tactics of long-term autonomous survival in a nuclear winter, how to build a fire without matches in a freezing city, and how to protect your community from raiders. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and stay alive.